Peace and greetings to everyone here on Seeker's Nest Media. And we are here for Seeker's Session. And I am Shema together with Indra. We are here to talk about anxiety attack. And it's not a joke. And we are not alone. We have two guests with us, Raffinoh and also Diqconsole. Hello.
Welcome to Seeker's Session.
Hello, Seeker Session.
Yeah. Well, today, this morning, I think we are hit with a very good weather. The past few days, I think, is a very raining. I think today a blissful day with a good sunshine ahead of us.
Yeah, it's quite warm. Yeah,
So, okay, before we start, how's everyone? How's Raffinoh Iskandar?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, you have to talk near to the mic. We cannot listen to you.
Alhamdulillah.
Wow, that's the way, brother.
Okay,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, yes.
Okay, first of all, I think we want to congratulate our brother Raffinoh Iskandar for baru je. I think dia baru je for those out there, and baru saja mendapat cahaya mata. That means the wife just gave birth.
Yes.
And I know he's a very busy man, and then he still luangkan masa just to be with us here.
Yeah.
And thank you so much. And
You know why? Because
mabruk.
you know why?
Yes.
Because he's a guy.
Ooh.
So they are very mobile. They can go anywhere. So
Really?
yeah, and we mothers, will be at home. Yeah.
So
That's a warning,
that
By the way.
also contribute that also contribute to the factor where guys can roam freely.
Yes.
What's your take on this, Diqconsole?
Boys will be boys.
Yeah. That's nice. Because for Diqconsole also, he also have a newborn. I think about 6 months.
Yeah.
6
No,
months.
3 months.
3 months. Oh,
Yeah.
fresh. I say, but this fresh from the oven. Tapi Sadiq Dick the more veteran now.
Four boys.
Yeah. The oven very long already. Very old oven.
Okay. So today actually we want to discuss about this topic on anxiety attack. I think most of us are aware that this so-called we can say condition. It's not in terms of medical terms, they have yet to macam diagnose it as a form of disease or as a form of sickness. So it's more mainly for a conditional term where people face through in their mental conditions. And we have with us today Mr. Raffinoh Iskandar, my good friend, where he have his own experience in terms of dealing with these anxiety attacks, and we hope to discuss on this on the aspect where we can learn, and also for viewers out there, maybe they can take all these examples and advice, maybe to improve and how to deal with this anxiety attack. So a bit introduction, Raffinoh. Exactly when you are faced with this anxiety attack? The first time you encounter this anxiety attack?
The first time I encounter it, maybe like 3 years ago, maybe. 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
So 3 years ago.
3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, yeah.
Okay, when the attack first came, right? How did it feel? Did it feel like macam like your chest, macam palpitating, your heart palpitating? Habis you rasa macam like is this a heart attack or is this that kind of thing? Because when we read about anxiety, there are that kind of similar symptoms,
Yeah,
so maybe you boleh describe macam mana dia punya tu.
Yeah, the first attack when I'm at my bike shop, servicing my bike. Then tengah relax lah, waiting for the bike to service kan. Then I relax, then suddenly my heart like pump very fast. Then I don't know, I think like ini dah masanya ke? Dah masanya tengok tak kat maut So then,
So you think that you are dying lah. The feeling is like you want to that dying feeling.
Yes,
Okay.
dying feeling, yes. I thought time's up already. So then I got panic. Then I go out, jalan-jalan a bit, right? Then I cannot breathe. Then then my whole body all like very stiff already. Because apa ni panggil? Macam sebal.
Sebal, that means stiff. That means you can't feel anything, right? Your muscle is being contracted in a way where you feel very stiff.
Yeah, because I breathe too fast. I think I breathe too fast. Then I got panic, right?
Yeah.
Then I told my bike, the repairman lah. I tell him lah. I told him lah. I cannot breathe lah. You can call for me ambulance lah. Then he told me. Kau jangan main-main Kau jangan main-main tau. Kau boleh repair motor, tak boleh repair orang.
So you so your repairman or your technician, serviceman. The serviceman was in a shock to see you in that condition because that's the first time happen.
Correct.
So what is going through in your mind during that time tu? The process. Are you shocked? Are you calm? Or is there macam a thought process that you go through?
I'm so nervous because I never feel this before. Then that's why they call for me the ambulance. And after that, ambulance came, then bring me to hospital. Then check, nothing.
Okay, then right after when you admitted to hospital, A&E, I believe it is A&E.
Yes, correct.
So when they do all the checks, then after that, did they diagnose you with anything right there and there?
No, nothing. They just check. Okay, then you go back and rest.
So right there and there, you are still not aware that you have anxiety.
I'm not aware.
So I think this is a factor where maybe we can open up for a discussion because most people out there, because these anxiety attacks, right, or condition is something that is not that there's no signs or symptom in the early stage. People might perceive it or perceive wrongly in a way where they might have an asthma attack, or they might have a heart attack, or they might have a heart disease or a lungs issues. So maybe we want to open up this discussion to Diqconsole. What do you think, Diqconsole, in terms of kita punya awareness of kita punya daily life, that we sometimes tend to macam neglect this small minor punya stress level on kita punya body, but we don't want to go go up front to seek medical attention.
No, okay. When I heard that Raffinoh was saying that day when you suffer from the anxiety attack, right? Before that, did you think about anything ke, or or the day before, were you doing something stressful?
Just normal activity.
That means during that time you weren't thinking of anything, just like your bike.
No,
suddenly just came.
I'm playing my game on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Sudden, it's a sudden attack.
I see. Okay.
Then from there onwards, then I felt trauma, right? Then it will come. It will trigger.
So that was your first one, That was your first attack, is it?
Yes, correct.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
Is it normal macam kita lelaki, we men, that we tend to macam ni tak apa-apa lah, macam we men, we always show that masculine side and strength on our side, where ni sakit sikit je apa.
Because when it comes to anxiety attacks, I know is like you suffer from nervousness. Mostly it's nervousness and all that, right? I don't know whether I suffered before when I was young, but then usually I get that type of symptoms, like my hands will shake. My hands will shake, and then suddenly my whole body becomes weak, very weak, like from the inside, it's like butterflies in your stomach. Suddenly it just boom, the whole body. And then I have to sit down, and I still suffer it till today.
But you had
Sometimes.
asthma when you were a kid.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Is it because of that?
I don't know. I don't know if it's because of that. Tapi
I know that when I was young, I went through this kind of thing, but I don't know whether it's an anxiety attack. But it's like if I want to do something, I'll get nervous.
But what triggered it? What triggered your?
It's a thought. This is a thought. Like you're gonna do something, and then you get nervous. No, when I was young, I was like that. That's why I should have been a fantastic footballer actually. the truth.
Hey, by the way,
I bloom very late one. I'm a late bloomer.
for those out there who don't know who is Diqconsole, Diqconsole is my beloved brother-in-law, and to be honest, he's one of the best footballer that I've seen. And happiness, okay. Whoever step into the football field with him is an honor. For me, it's an honor for me also.
You know, I'm like more like macam Bruno. I'm that type.
Yeah.
More like Bruno type.
Okay, today
I like to spray the pass.
today podcast is all GGMU guys. Yeah. Okay, my wife seems to be lost, and so please someone please update her.
I'm not interested.
Okay, going back to this anxiety attack. Okay, bring us back, Raffinoh. I mean, to the time where you dah know, and so I mean, since the first time encounter, then after that it happens many times. So kali yang keberapa tu, kan, yang you dah finally realize, okay, this is anxiety attack. I mean, to be exact, at which point you already know that this is anxiety attack?
Actually at first I don't know about the anxiety attack. Then we MC, so I went to the mosque solat asar gini. Then I met my wife's uncle. So dia pun ada this anxiety attack.
I see.
But then his throat already 7 years 8 years need to eat the
consume medication. Okay.
Then from him I learned a lot lah. He told me about this anxiety attack gini because of the brain chemical imbalance or what, I don't know.
Okay, is the symptom sama? I mean, is the symptom
sama.
same?
What he told me, I also
we
tell
go
him
through.
Yeah,
You also go through the same thing as him lah.
Same. Then after that, I do a lot of research in the Share Google kan.
Share Google,
I do a lot of research. Then I get this symptom. Then I will check. Okay, why am I get constipation. Also, all that is related to anxiety. Then after that, I know, okay, this is anxiety.
So constipation also is one of them,
Yeah, maybe I need to check.
It's called anxiety constipation, anxiety or anxiety constipation.
That means it's got to do with your blood flow though. I got a feeling.
It's a brain.
Okay. Yeah lah, the blood flow lah. Because from my understanding for constipation is that it's linked to stress. It is also linked to poor rectal blood flow, which from what I read the last time was about 20% of women are more prone to constipation because of the stress, and then leads to constipation. So it maybe I'm just from what I've read lah.
So going back to what you read, that women usually get constipation.
Yes.
I mean, due to the stress level that women usually face.
Yeah, because constipation is also got something to do with stress. Because when you are tense, you tense up. So your blood flow gets affected.
Correct.
It's true. Yeah.
I think that's one factor where most of us are also not aware, including myself. Because we treat these symptoms like macam just normal punya sickness, and we thought, okay lah, ni perkara kecil. And like just now I mentioned, we men, ni kecil main benda lah, takkan tak berak 2 hari 3 hari nak pergi doktor kan, betul tak? But it can lead to a more dangerous punya after effect kan. When it escalate through the years. And going back to Diqconsole, your experience also when you as a kid, when you face that kind of macam stiffness of your body gitu. Bring us back also. Maybe we can also give some insights to our viewers and listeners out there. What is running through in your mind, especially when you are in your teenage years, experiencing that kind of a situation and condition?
Okay, usually at first it started when let's say I have a big event coming up, something like that. Let's say if it's a big event, okay, then I'll get nervous. I think it's normal lah, kan? It's normal. But that part where that one I don't know lah, that symptom where the whole body gets weak. The whole body gets weak, and then I'll just have to sit down. And it's still happening now. I mean my age now, and it's still happening. Only my wife knows. Sometimes I have to just sit down. Then I just like to drink hot water. Calm for a while, then I'm okay. It just attacks you, no.
But how?
So I don't know what's that lah. Actually,
But sorry.
So I don't know whether it's something to do with anxiety.
But how long do you need to macam recuperate yourself?
Wow. Think about 5 minutes. I have to sit down for about 5 minutes, relax. Okay, then my whole body will be calm. Then I can listen. I don't know whether that's a different thing or what, but if you talk about anxiety attack, okay, if you talk about anxiety attack, like I know it's due to nervousness. So I've suffered this when I was young. Last time when I was young was worse lah. But now it's like there's no nervousness, but suddenly the body just becomes weak. So I don't know whether my body really like due to that is now growing old this way, or I don't know.
Okay,
I haven't seen a doctor lah about all this lah.
I have a thing that maybe we can discuss further on this. Since we are talking about anxiety, so slowly kita break it down to all the cause and the root cause to the anxiety attack lah. Maybe we can discuss because when you say about anxiety being nervous, and when you said about every time when you have this intense nervousness in your body system, that's where this kind of anxiety attack will start to macam trigger. I'm trying to relate to this. Is anxiety? Is nervousness ini usually is due to the cause of people who have low self-esteem. Maybe we can open this for a discussion.
Low self-esteem. Could be. I don't know.
Because okay, why? Okay, maybe some of the listeners and viewers might ask why I post this question. It is because that you see, like I give myself an example, but I alhamdulillah, I didn't recall that I did encounter any anxiety attack before in my past when I was in growing up and as a teenage boy. Dulu I love to go up on stage, but the first few time when during my primary school days, naik stage ni nak perform, macam you know lah, macam ada Teachers Day, Children's Day, National Day, we go up, we perform. I have this nervousness that I try to overcome when I was still at primary school. I still remember when I nak naik stage tu, tengah naik stage ni, alamak, tangan macam menggeletar, hati macam duk. So and back then I start to realise, maybe I'm not confident of myself. I'm not macam maybe that time I have maybe low self-esteem. Macam I'm trying to perform here, but I have low confidence on myself, and that macam trigger tau. But in a minor stage lah, in a minor stage, in a minor punya consequences. But maybe for those who suffer anxiety, theirs is more, I would say,
isn't that
overall
more on stage fright? Because it's quite normal macam for people to go up on stage, even those people who already like established already in the entertainment scene, when they go up on stage they still feel nervous.
Is it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They do.
Okay, then that means it's that one is normal lah.
At some point lah, I mean, tak sampai macam terkencing kat seluar, that kind of thing. Because maybe there are people who might go to that extent lah. But okay, my take on like anxiety and all this, macam for me, I don't take it lightly lah. I don't take it lightly because initially, okay, from my own personal experience is that I do get that macam, not say blood rush lah, but macam like my chest also like start macam pumping very fast, and then like I would get macam catching my breath, that kind of thing. So I did go to the integrated building at Changi Hospital, yang opposite tu kan ada is where you see the psychiatrist ah. Yeah, so I went to see him, and because I really thought that macam there was something wrong with me lah, because I remember last time when kita in secondary school, we used to make fun of this guy tau, pasal dia pergi IMH, and then apparently he came out, he get himself macam tested lah, dia punya mental state, and they were saying that macam dia kira 25% gila. So everybody make fun of it lah. Dia 25% gila. So macam
no wonder both of you are made for each other.
Okay, but when we match up, right, we come up to 200% gila, bro. Okay.
Yeah, so when I went to integrated building, I shared with the psychiatrist macam like what's going on with my body ni semua, and he also still cannot figure out what was wrong with me.
Yes.
So he prescribed me with antidepressants. I don't know whether Raffinoh, did you get prescribed that atau macam?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, you dapat juga. You makan lah ubat dia.
But the
Did you take?
antidepressant, once you eat, you sleep.
Oh, okay.
Dia buat apa? It make you sleepy ke apa?
Sleepy lah. So you sleep, you rest.
Then you try to recover from resting ah.
Yes, correct.
That means when you went to be prescribed already, you see the doctor lah. Is it you see the doctor already?
Yeah, because a few times I went to A&E.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So it's
ambulance a few
confirm that this is anxiety.
The first time I went to A&E, then after that, after 1 week, then I went for massage with Indra. Then it trigger me because then you massage me, then I cannot breathe. Then it trigger me. You can ask him.
Okay.
You call the ambulance.
For those out there, for those who just know me, Indra Zahid from Seekers Nest Media. Okay. Dulu I used to run Monash Sports Massage. Okay. So I mean I do occasionally give out services to my client on terms of sports massage, and it's more specific lah on terms of the sports massage and everything. So one particular day, right? Raffinoh Iskandar he faced this issue lah, and I told him maybe you try by overcoming it, try and with a relaxation massage lah. So what I give him on that day is just to relax his body because his muscle is a bit tense. When I touch his muscles, right, and I run through my fingers, right, I can sense the body to very tense. And the thing is that as a therapist, because I took diploma in terms of physiology and anatomy, and as a therapist, when I feel, because kita dah selalu pegang badan orang tau. I mean, we always hold people in your body. We know and that this person their muscle value is very stressed, it's very stiff. So that's why also it worries me, and not just one part of his muscles, his whole body.
Oh, okay.
So that's why also I try to recollect myself, right? Post massage, I mean after I massage him, and I try to recollect myself. For he himself, that go through this anxiety attack, right? Definitely that right will cause a very extreme stiffness to his body. So when I dah urut, but still doesn't work. So what happened is after dah urut, then he sat dekat kita punya living room. Then right after 5 minutes, dia punya panic and anxiety attack start to come. And that's where he said, mak, babe, Ana tak boleh breathe lah. I mean in English, I cannot breathe. I cannot feel my breathing. Right, because that's what he said. So and then I told him, okay, I call for you ambulance. Okay, the paramedic come. And then bring him to the hospital. So it's, for me, I witness it live, my good friend going through that kind of traumatic experience.
Wow.
But okay.
So is it safe to say like macam because you know how like kalau kita pergi urut that kind of thing, right? And then kalau kita pergi urut, then macam like for some people ada certain punya medical condition, so tak boleh sembarang urut. Ataupun macam like for some maybe ada varicose veins ke, ataupun macam like those kind of chronic medical condition lah. Should it also be considered if the person have a mental punya condition pun tak boleh urut sembarangan ke macam mana? Because it also has to do with blood flow, it has to do with so, I mean is it something to consider macam I have this mental punya ni, if let's say you urut a certain way, nanti it might trigger so.
But we can ask Raffinoh, because Raffinoh have tried all. Okay, what's your take on that, Raffinoh?
Well, actually everything can trigger actually. It's not massage only. You just overthink also can trigger. Yeah, then to me like massage okay lah. We actually massage for relaxation, right? Then I think too much, then after that it trigger. Yeah, you cannot think too much.
Okay.
But sorry.
Okay, wait.
But Mr. Indra.
Yeah.
Indra. Sorry.
That's what people call me nowadays, bro.
No, Indra. Okay, for you as a therapist, kan? I mean, you've already gone through the course. Is there a special massage for such? Macam, you know,
There is, but for people out there, there is a such where we go through a certain holistic punya treatment. More because certain massage is spiritual. I don't know how to say this. You know, it's more of like okay, kita berbadan semua ada energy. Kalau in Chinese they call it qi.
Yeah.
Qi means your center of an energy.
Yeah.
So if you can unlock all this energy in your body, and you know the exact points, and you need to learn. I don't have this skill, by the way, for those listeners and viewers out there. Disclaimer, I don't have this skill, but we know that this kind of concept exists in the massage market lah, or the treatment market. I won't say this is like not a normal massage. It's more of like a treatment. So this is a treatment where people go through, and it's not that cheap. This kind of treatment is definitely costly lah, and they will find your trigger point. So your trigger point though, they will target your trigger point and urut your trigger point and release the energy from there, and improve your blood flow, right? So this is a thing that sometimes we tend to neglect lah, and that there is certain treatment out there. But okay, going back to Raffinoh, I think going through this experience is not that easy. What more, it also contributes to your family members seeing you at your lowest low. Okay, seeing you at your most drastic situation. So can you recall balik tak how your family members react and to what you have went through?
Okay, so far so good lah. My wife support me a lot lah. And she will tend to calm me down, and like how to say, like because after all the triggers, right, then my self-confidence drop rabak so that's where my wife masuk, and then she will macam relax, calm down. This is ni semua nothing. Just relax, just lie down and relax.
It's not easy. I mean, to be a wife, I mean, Shema, maybe you can add on. I mean, to be a wife, always constantly worry for the husband. And what's your take on that?
For me, actually, if I were to be presented with that kind of situation or any kind of situation, for me, the first thing is to get right to the problem lah, which is okay, how what are some of the things that I can use to calm him down, so macam okay, on my part macam I use essential oils or or any kind of supplements, then that's what I will do lah. And of course I think maybe as a wife, to see your husband going through certain things, it's good to be informed lah about the situation. Good to be informed about anxiety, what is it all about, what are the causes, what is the triggers, what are the symptoms, that kind of thing. So macam because you will be considered as the carer, the main caregiver for your husband. So when I think of situations like that, that's what I would do lah. I would treat the problem first lah, because the main thing is the person needs to be attended to. His health his health emergency need to be attended to lah. So it can be anything. It can be a cough, or it can be like you start to vomit. So of course the first thing you want to make the pain go away. That's the first thing you want to do. So it's also about to be informed lah, and to be knowledgeable about all these kind of things. It's very important lah.
Okay, for Raffinoh, I believe not every family members or not everyone that is close around you have a very positive approach to this. Some people might macam mengutuk ataupun say in English, macam criticize or macam look down on you, macam alah sikit benda also want to be so anxiety. A small thing also you think about this thing also can be triggered into the anxiety attack. So do you face that kind of family members also not, or circle of friends macam gitu?
Actually no lah. No, because when I told them my situation, right, then most of them macam
show love and concern lah.
relax, ingat Tuhan, zikir, solat, ini. But some people they don't understand, so they don't bother to know lah. They just macam okay lah, relax lah dah. Then I mean macam apa ni?
No, I encounter some comments on Facebook where I see people go through certain mental condition similar macam this anxiety attack and so on, where people would macam comment macam have this impression of comment benda sikit je apa kan, you are thinking about misal okay, by the way in research base I read this one article. This lady, okay, she got anxiety attack, and you know what trigger her anxiety attack or not? She cannot see vomit.
There has to be a trigger.
So when people vomit, right, she get anxiety attack. So again, you might say, alah benda kecil apa, orang tu muntah, kan? But people will comment, no, right, small thing, why you
Because
trigger?
it triggers the senses. Some macam when you smell a certain thing, it gets to you.
Because they comment because they don't understand about the anxiety thing. Because they never how to say never encounter before. Then they never see before. So they don't know. So they macam sikit je.
Okay, maybe I want to pose this question to Diqconsole. Okay, Diqconsole, do you think viewers or social media users out there, right, they should be more sensitive in terms of commenting with this such situation tak?
Well, I feel like they should shut up.
Wow.
Too hard, bro. Too hard.
Okay.
Too sharp. No. I mean, usually people who comment and they don't read. I'm sorry to say, you know, I mean, you should try and find out. In this day, in this generation, we have so many kind of technology and all that, right? I mean, you got Google. You know, go and simply just Google, just find out first before you make a comment. I feel like people who just comment like that just make comments like that, they never read they never read into it lah. You know, they just like to comment. I think it's wrong lah.
Yeah, true.
But
they shouldn't make such comments anyhow lah, right?
There's been okay, like some people will say that, like Raffinoh cakap, okay, ingat Tuhan, this kind of thing. Because actually we have spoken to people who are also going through a mental illness. What they're trying to say is that it has some part maybe religion, but at the same time it's a clinical issue. Correct. It's not something that macam kau depression, that means like kau punya iman tak kuat. It's nothing to do with that, because it's a clinical. It's just like macam diabetes. It's just like a physical punya health. So the reason why this mental disorder or mental condition that is kind of taboo in Singapore is because we are not looking at it in a more serious manner, that it is a clinical issue, and people are like just brushing it off aside, like it can be overcome, that kind of thing. But it's really it really has to do with the wiring of the brain, that kind of thing. So
I think it also helps that if you are married, right? I mean, in a marriage you have someone else to understand you, right, and to show you another way of being calm and all that. Husband and wife. Also to add to that, actually what helps is also that word sex. Can I say it? I mean, in a marriage is that one really helps. I mean, you have to find ways. So I feel that for you, if alhamdulillah that you are married to a wife who understands you. I mean, those people who are married, you have someone else to help you. As in, how I say it, your
emotional side. Ada comfort lah.
You have your own doctor actually in your premise, right? Your wife I'm trying to say who can keep you calm, and vice versa. So you do the same for her. So I feel that you are not alone. Kan? Like most people out there who are alone going through those mental issues, I think it's much harder for them. But once you're married, I think it helps a bit more lah. They
need that caress lah. They need that hugging. They need that assurance and all security. That kind kind of thing. Yeah. But I beg to differ on that part lah, because even if you're married or you're not married also, you really need someone as a caregiver, which is why actually now in Singapore they actually conduct all these courses on being a caregiver, a mental health caregiver. In fact, one of my friends, he's getting his cert very soon to be a mental health caregiver, because he has family members who are diagnosed with schizophrenia. So it's not easy. Schizophrenia is even worse. You hear voices, that kind of thing. So it's really not easy. So macam, I think what's important is to have a caregiver lah, a main caregiver, and also I think it's really just about how the whole thing plays out lah. As in just having a main caregiver is very important. But at the same, because we have seen people who even have everything, they have everything. They have kids, they have children, they have a perfect family, they have a big house, they have everything, and yet they still take their own life because they have clinically diagnosed mental punya ni. Okay, like Chester Bennington. Sorry, I've been reading up about him. You see, he's got everything, and yet he still go home and he
But we have to ask these people, did they have this before they get married, before they have kids, before they settle down, or during?
Yeah,
but it develops when during their marriage, during their career or their.
Because for anxiety, I think maybe it's a mixture of like a physical and also a mental punya state . Yeah, because kalau macam like other things like depression or post-traumatic stress, that kind of thing. Quite a lot of them links back to childhood, They probably had childhood trauma, and macam it's wired in them already. Kesian, it's very kesian. Macam like say children who were raped at a young age, who were sexually abused. So when they grow older, they have mental issues. Because they childhood trauma is a serious thing. So I'm not sure macam for anxiety, from my understanding that there are a lot of those mental disorders lead back to childhood . Childhood trauma is no joke .
I mean, going back to what Sadiq said, that sometimes it can be for all these artists and celebrities, it can be an accumulation of dorang punya lifestyle. So it's different. And for us, relating back to us, and kita ni normal people, our lifestyle is just go to work, go back home, attend our family punya issues, and also be the best for our families . And I think sometimes due to that kind of routine, it definitely give us that kind of stress level where it can trigger certain aspect of macam gini anxiety. So am I right to say that, Abu Raffinoh?
I thought so.
I mean your daily routine, and macam as a husband, then as a son, and then you accumulate macam you go to work, ada certain level of fatigue.
I think for me, right, maybe because I married for 7 years, and after that we try to
conceive.
After to conceive, then I think
that is the trigger lah.
Yeah.
So every time, okay, allow me to ask you this question. So every time when you think about this topic about having a baby, and it has been a 7 years struggle and strive, okay, having this thought running through your mind, it always trigger your anxiety lah.
Before this, I think it's no lah. Then after that, like after 7 years already, then I think like I think too much of like try to conceive. That every month we try to conceive.
Anticipate lah.
Then I think that add to my stress level.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, because after few months, right, then I try to recall back what I've been thinking a lot.
Yes, yeah.
That's when I learn how to
But okay, how do you cope with that kind of situation? Man, now we see you, alhamdulillah, man, you are doing well. So, but how do you overcome that lowest point of your life though?
I told you I read a lot about the anxiety, right? And So in the website kan nanti macam ada blog atau ada apa kan, then a lot of people having this they will teach lah how to relax yourself, don't think too much gini. I just follow then I start to drink chamomile tea, then start to
Exercise.
I exercise pun okay, then try to the essential oil macam lavender semua kan. Okay, at night before I sleep nanti my wife will put for me the lavender lah, sini lah aku lah ada pun ini dia point I also don't know, I just okay point then I drank chamomile tea and everything, then I think it helps
Relax your nerves.
Yes, correct.
Okay, then looking back, okay, sorry, because I have so much thing to ask Raffinoh in a very short span of time. So looking back, right, from last time and then now, okay, bring us back to the day that you get to know that your wife is pregnant. Then how from that point on, right? How does your anxiety has been and so far?
I think alhamdulillah. Yeah, I think I like more recovered from the anxiety.
Alhamdulillah, mashallah. So because it serves a relief, eh?
Yeah, correct. Because then I think like macam baik dah ada gini kan, then I just don't need to think too much lah.
Are you happy or macam gembira sangat sampai macam in tears ke apa when the day that your wife announced to you that she's pregnant?
Because I know my body. I know my body when this thing macam the anxiety can triggers, right. I cannot too excited, and I cannot like too stressed.
Yes.
All cannot over limit me.
Okay.
So I try to control lah. Kamu sampai macam happy sampai gila-gila sampai. So then after, because I know already everything about macam how to overcome ni, that's why I just to control everything. Need to control. Don't be too excited. Don't be too stressed.
So alhamdulillah now you have slowly recover lah from and then
but at times still trigger.
But how bad?
Not so bad lah.
Not so bad macam last time.
Because last time I don't know. So when it trigger, right, then I will get panic.
Maybe this time around the next thought maybe ni dah ada baby ni, sekarang ada nak kena kerja keras lagi sikit lah. So that might trigger a new anxiety lah.
No. But now I can control the anxiety lah. Just need to I know how to do it, right. Then I just need to lie down, then ambil lavender sikit, bok lavender sikit, then relax. Like just now we say lah, you must relax. Then after the episode, then my body will get weak.
You try in about 1 or 2 months, you look at your baby girl, and then after that just look at her face, then you just stop. If she respond, I think maybe that one will keep count. because so far my experience pun macam that's the best feeling
Yeah, true.
When they respond back, I think maybe that one will be your medicine.
Yeah, but we don't know what it's like to have a girl. Have all the boys.
By the way, Diqconsole, he have an army of boys, an army.
My CEO who's listening, he's very happy.
Yeah.
I contributed another 4 more. Okay,
4 more to the nation. Yeah.
4 more to the nation. Better go over my rank.
Well, I want to thank brother Raffinoh Iskandar and Diqconsole for coming down to our seeker session. It's been a fruitful discussion, because this kind of discussion, I think we should embark further in terms of the depth, and it helps us, because we as listeners, viewers, right, we can get their experience and make it into a learning point, and in our own life, because all of us went through that kind of the same anxiety condition and aspect in our life. So thank you again, Mr. Raffinoh Iskandar and Diqconsole. Okay, for those who don't know Diqconsole, Diqconsole is my beloved brother-in-law. He's a streamer and a game streamer. And for those who want to check out his game, okay, bro. I want to ask you something since you are on our show today. Bila you nak stream FIFA punya game ni sekarang? I've been watching you play
Tomorrow.
FIFA. Oh yeah, tomorrow.
Pro Evolution Soccer tomorrow.
Okay, please whoever want to know more about Diqconsole, you can I will set a link on our Facebook page and about his streaming Facebook page, and you enjoy lah, definitely you enjoy, and he play tons of game there, and for those yang nak tengok, si macam Raffinoh pun tengok pasal apa, it's a form macam therapy jugalah, tengok je relax je. Wah,
You sure Aku very ni tau, intense tau. Kau boleh take it tak? Kau boleh take it
I watch and I comment a lot.
you comment.
Apa ni Dik?
No, I comment when I comment right a lot also, because when he play FIFA, he like to take all the lower and the weak teams and compete kat World Cup, bro. And compete again macam
why I
France,
say.
Germany. Oh my
Aku
god.
punya very intense tau.
Pro yang memang bro.
Comeback specialist.
Yeah.
All my games semua comeback. 1-0 down, 2-0 down, comeback. Pergi time.
Alright, DGMU all the way. Okay, for those listeners out there and watcher and viewers, thank you so much for viewing our and listening to our podcast, video podcast. If you support our cause for mental health, please do support our Patreon page. I will give you the link on our Patreon page on our video description below. And for those who and please do not forget to like and share and subscribe to our channel on our Facebook page, right? And follow up with our we will definitely we have more contents on mental illness, right? And mental health issues for our future episodes, inshallah. And with that, I Indra Sahib and Shema Al-Kaf, right? Signing off from Seekers session, and thank you so much for viewing and listening, and see you till the next session. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.
Waalaikumsalam.